UFC 285 is booked for March in 2023, and right now, not many fights are announced. I know a couple have been announced that I've been seeing, like Derek Brunson versus Duplessis, Cody Garbrandt versus Julio Arce, and I think Amanda Ribas is fighting as well, so that'll be good. That'll be a very entertaining fight. I'm looking forward to that. But my point in this video is I have a feeling the UFC is going to make this a pretty mid kind of card. With Ngannou versus Jones rumored to be the headliner, you know the UFC doesn't want it to do well with Ngannou at the top. And I feel like they're not going to put much effort into this card, especially if the co-main event is Aljamain Sterling versus Henry Cejudo, which is being talked about as well. But today, I'm going to be talking about some fights that I would put on this card to really, really bump up this card, to kind of save UFC 285 from being mid. I'm not sure what I'm going to title this video, but let's get straight into it, okay? And I've also got a co-main event just in case one of those two title fights doesn't happen, because what are the chances of Ngannou and Jones negotiating their way out of this main event? They're pretty high, okay? And same for Cejudo, right? So I'm going to start off with a fight in the Bantamweight division. I'm going to go with my main card opener. I'm going to do Song Yadong versus Chris Gutierrez. This makes a lot of sense to me. Gutierrez is coming off a knockout win over Frankie Edgar. I know, very sad. All right, Song Yadong's coming off a loss to Corey Sandhagen, who just got booked to fight Marlon Vera. So this makes sense ranking-wise, and this will be a very, very exciting fight against two of like the kind of the new blood in the division. So I think the winner of this moves on to some big stuff. All right, and I feel like this is a really good main card opener. I can definitely see a finish happening here. If not, I can definitely see a war happening here. So you know what I'm saying, bro? Literally, when I say that UFC needs to hire me, I'm dead serious, bro. Like, these are the type of fights that I make, bro. You know by now, alright? You already know. Okay, so let me know what you think of this one down below, but I'm going to move on. So, my opener, I would probably put Derek Brunson versus Duplessis after this, and I would put the prelims would be like Bo Nickal versus Jamie Pickett and Ribas fight and Cody Garbrandt's fight on the prelims. But I'm going to move on to my featured fight of this card. We need a bit of beef. We need a bit of intensity. We need some big fights in the rankings. So I'm going to put Brian Ortega versus Ilia Topuria as my featured fight on this card. Big deal in the featherweight division, and it's around the same time that the interim title is being worked out. And I'm sure the month after this at UFC 286, or maybe like a week later actually, right? It's in the same month. I keep forgetting about that. But yeah, so that same month, Arnold Allen's probably going to fight. So we really want to sort out featherweight. This is a great fight for UFC 285. Makes sense timeline-wise. Makes sense ranking-wise. And if you still want to do Paddy versus Topuria, check out my video on that. Then this is how you kind of set that up. You get the timelines going with this shit, right? So who doesn't want to see this fight, bro? Like, we thought Bryce Mitchell would be a challenge on the ground for Topuria. This is a real challenge for him, okay? Obviously, on the striking, I think Topuria would take his fucking head off. But, you know, you never know. So, I think this is a very exciting fight. I think a lot of people would be really interested to see this. Topuria would talk a bit of shit, you know what I'm saying? He would get some hype behind this fight. I think this would be a great featured fight, okay? Those two fights, I think, should be on UFC 285 regardless of what happens. This last fight, okay, is like my plan B, all right? Not that type of plan B, all right? Relax. Listen. Okay, brother, this is not... You cannot talk about this, brother. Okay, listen, okay? If all else fails, if one of those two main title fights falls out, and Dana White calls fucking someone every other title matchup possible, you know, he calls up Nunes. She doesn't want to fight Pena for the third time because she doesn't want to lose her belt to the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? I understand that. Okay, this is what you do with the co-main event. Say you get Ngannou versus Jones in the main event, but Cejudo wants more money, or Sterling gets injured or something, or Cejudo gets injured. Then this is what you do in the co-main event. It makes perfect sense, alright? You know what I'm saying? Let's do it, bro. Sergei Pavlovich, Curtis Blades. The most important fight you can make at heavyweight right now that isn't for the title, because we don't know what's up with Stipe. Cyril Gane's injured. He's not coming back for a little bit. I don't really know when he's coming back, but I feel like he can't make this date. And he can probably fight the loser of Jones versus Ngannou anyways. So the winner of this should get a title shot, and I'm sick of Sergey getting easy fights, bro. Alright? I love Taito Ivasa. He's coming off a knockout like a month ago, and he gets to fight Pavlovich. Obviously, that's going to happen. He's fighting Derek Lewis, bro. And Lewis is top 5, and he's fighting Pavlovich. That's ridiculous, bro. Excuse me. Okay? But listen, This is the toughest test for him at heavyweight. I think Blades wins this. And if Blades wins, give this man a title shot, bro. I'm going to keep pushing this Blades agenda, okay? But I think that this fight should be the co-main event if one of those title fights falls out. Um, and my other two fights, obviously, I think should happen on this card regardless of what happens. So I really want to see Song Yudong versus Chris Gutierrez. And I really want to see Brian Ortega versus Ilia Topuria on UFC 285. And for this co-main event, here's an idea. If it doesn't happen, if both title fights go through, let's make a fight night main event. You know what I'm saying? Let's put this as the main event of like San Antonio, or if something in March or in late February. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it, bro. Let's get this fight made. This needs to happen. Let me know down below what you think should happen at UFC 285. What fights do you want to see? Am I on the money? Am I wrong about all these fights? Let me know what you think down below. Also, bro, I'm so mad because I made this whole McGregor video, and I thought him versus Randy Brown was a really good fight, and now he's fighting Jack Della Maddalena. So that fight is not happening. I know a lot of people thought it was gonna happen, but brother, this cannot happen, brother. So apparently this isn't happening. Randy Brown's fighting Jack Della Maddalena. That's gonna be a really, really tough fight for him. I think that's a really good fight. I'm excited to see that. But after I made that video, I recorded that video. It's gonna be up before this one goes up. Um, I was like, damn, bro, that's actually a fun fight. You know what I mean? I feel like McGregor could win that. I watched Randy Brown versus Luke again. You know what I'm saying? I was just disappointed about that. So I digress. Let me know what you think of this video down below, boys. What do you want to see at UFC 285? I'll see you in the next one. Make sure you subscribe as well. All right. See you.